What episode is this? 40?
What's the music I hear?
This is it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome to episode 39 of Happy Hour.
Kaden is 39 red or black on a roulette wheel.
Black.
You're right.
Yeah.
50-50 shot.
Evens are red, odds are black.
Oh, there you
So
go.
you got it.
There you
Well,
go.
welcome back. We are again running it back with Podcast Light today, so we're gonna make it quick. But to start things off, we've got no one other than our latest and greatest, Kaden Mitchell, King Kaden. King Kaden.
Insert the fake applause, Chew. Woo.
You know it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Making my first feature here on the
It's
pod.
awesome. Kaden has absolutely just set the world on fire. He has got 6 roofers. They're all happy. He is pumping out proposals left and right. It seems like I was
Every day.
I know you. This is your first appearance on the podcast, but I swear to God, for the last 3 weeks, we've mentioned you.
A hard guy to get. But I'm
He
here,
is,
So.
and he's always working. He's busting his tail. He
That's a
sets
lot.
a really good example for a lot of the new guys. He's got some folks around him, you know, young and old, who are picking up some things. So thank you for taking a few minutes with us here. I guess I just wanted to open it up to you. You know, what are you doing that is just killing it right now?
Stacking it on, man. I'm getting in early, leaving a little late sometimes if you got to, but it's taking a while to get a full crew of good clients together. That was kind of the hardest part, but now that I got everybody in line, we're pumping out proposals every day, closing deals, getting appointments, and just repeats itself every month once you get started.
Crazy amount of
It's up.
proposals. I know we've mentioned a lot
Yeah.
of them on here. We go through proposals every day, you know, in the chat. But
I haven't even added all of them up, but this month probably around 3 million this month.
at least
Yeah, 2 million. 2 million for just one client.
Yep.
So it's pretty crazy.
it's absolutely insane. So I guess, you know, to prospective roofer, you've got a full book, right?
Yep,
But
yep.
a lot of the things that you're doing, a good amount of our roofers with you are doing too. So what are some of the things that you think, you know, has led to your success over the past, you know, I guess you've had a really successful time here,
Yeah.
but the past month or so, you've really, really white hot.
Organization.
Yeah.
That's what it does the trick. Whether it's a well put together proposal, looks nice, clean, professional, got all the numbers stated clearly,
Yep.
or just in Salesforce and our CRM, just having a nice, clean, organized workflow, setting yourself the tone, also comes through with your clients. It just adds up over time, and it makes the whole process easier as you go along.
And you
So,
guys are
that's pretty cool.
That was pretty sweet. And you guys are using super high tech software, or how are you looking at these roofs?
I mean, it depends. Some people got drones they fly up there, check out. Some people just get up there on foot, take pictures.
But
and
you're not flying a drone.
I'm not.
How
No,
do you look at the roofs?
Google Maps.
Boom. Google Maps.
Google
And
Maps. That's
and
all.
then what?
If
You
if
call
it
'em?
looks bad, call them. Even if it doesn't look bad, if it's just a big building, I'm gonna call it. If it's a 1 million square foot building, yeah, any roofer wants to get up there. There's more than likely issues.
Yeah.
With that big of a roof, so
And that's it. That's the crux. Is like we get it.
that
you guys,
simple.
Roofers, you're up on roofs. You don't
Yeah.
want to call people, but here at Arsenal, we see a big old roof. We see some, you know, pooling up there. We see some water stains.
Yeah,
or
see some discoloration.
That's it.
there.
You just call them.
Yeah.
Call them and figure it out. And Caden's one of the best at that. And I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there
yeah.
anything else you'd like to add
No.
to your
just-
success? Or
I mean, not really. I mean, just
Crushing it.
keep getting out numbers. You're going to close some deals eventually.
Crushing it.
The more numbers you get out, the more you'll close.
so for all of our fan at home,
Well, no.
Kaden is one of our more eccentric employees.
I mean, you could say that.
You've had an illustrious career. We're lucky to have you, dude. You're SoundCloud famous. You're a StockX collector.
shoe enthusiast.
That's it. What's your favorite shoe of all time? If money weren't a problem.
I don't know, man. I used to be into it so much more. Not anymore though, because I'm getting too old or something. My feet hurt. Can't wear all the Jordans and crap like I
You're an
used to.
Asics guy now.
No, not that old, not that old. But I don't know. Probably some just basic old school vintage Jordan. You know, with the autograph, whole 9 yards,
There you go.
something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
So,
that. That's pretty sweet.
Nothing crazy.
I think
That'd be great.
mine back in the day was those. I think it was PG4s, and it was the Gatorade one.
I had a pair of the red or the green ones.
Yeah.
And he also has PlayStation.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
are pretty badass.
They had Adidas did a special run of Happy Gilmore shoes, and they called them liquid butter.
That's
so
sick.
it popped me on 2 different buying channels where it's like, first of all, that shoe's sick. He's got the coach like pointing engraved in there, but then also I was like, I'm in love with that name. Liquid butter. How did you know?
Maybe we get Arsenal shoes soon.
We had them.
Arsenal.
We had them. We had Converse All Stars on the website for a while with the shield on the side. Yeah, they were like maroon.
I didn't know that.
Nate Captina bought some back in the day.
Oh, I think I did know that actually.
Yeah, he like every year Aaron likes to give out some swag gift cards or codes for us to go get new swag. And
Which camera do I look at?
yeah, anyway,
You.
and Nate one year spent his entire gift card on the Chucks.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
it was
you
pretty
go.
cool. Well, hey,
you go.
I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yes, sir.
We'll let you get
Thank
back
you.
to it.
All
I
right.
told you it'd only be 5 minutes, and I think
Peace out, pod.
we held to it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Viewers at home, you better be thankful. We did this for you. We got Kaden Mitchell on the pod finally. And it was great. Thank you so much.
I'll be back soon.
I love it. Yeah, you got to film those $3 million worth of proposals. You got to go film. So lock the door, Chew. We'll do it right now.
Yeah, I was
this is
gonna
actually
say.
an intervention.
I was gonna say, I think this dude's got like 25 proposal videos to shoot with me.
So it's really cool. And we'll jump right into sales development rundown. We had a deal come in today. Actually, I think we have a couple of them coming through. We've got a big deal for Miss Gabrielle down in SEMO. She got her first deal today. Signed up an MSP in Lawrence, Kansas, which is huge. Yeah. Huge for us. SEMO is fighting and scrapping to get to their deal number, and I think they're just a few away. 4 days to go, so they're in a good spot. They need to keep setting up good appointments. And then I think HQ, we had another renewal today with a current client they have a contract that is up. We did a good job, obviously over the past year, and they're signing up not only to renew, but they're also signing up for additional services as well. So it's an upsell. So Sam's been working our renewals about 90 days out from their contract date, and so far I think we've only had one say, let me think about it, and it wasn't even a no. So we're humming.
Now was that guy who just jumped back in?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a roofing company?
No, actually, I'm pretty sure it was an IT company.
Okay.
I'll need to verify with Sam, but I'm pretty sure it was an IT company.
Hey, well, shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so a big part of that success is we had Connor Edson as our SDR standout last month. He was in a little bit of a slump, and he bust out that slump. He set more appointments last week than he did all last month. So I wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Connor. Absolutely crushing it. It's cool. As sales guys, we go through highs and lows. And sometimes it's the high into the low that kind of, it's like, oh my God, am I ever going to get out of this? And a lot of times it's just a mental decision. So it was cool to see Connor, mentally decide that this ends today, right? And then he just got after it. So that is really exciting. And then into proposals, we had a few come through over the weekend. Mr. Ross, holy smokes. We need to get him in here again, too. He's like the IT version of Kaden. It's like every day I feel like Ross has got another thing going on. So Micronet had a 679 MRR proposal go out. That's Ross. In addition to that, his other client, Red Road Networks, had 2 different proposals go out on Friday afternoon after we did the pod. It was 1650 MRR and 1936 MRR. Plus, they also had a closed project for $5K. And signed him up for a little managed service on the back end for 250 MRR. So really, really, really good start for Ross and a lot of his clients. Just in the first 60 to 90 days, they're already looking at becoming ROI positive, and that is exceptional work over there. So he could have easily been our BDR Spotlight as well, and we'll probably have him on later this week. But Matt Bonebreak out at Four Seasons. He got a couple of re-roof proposals out over the weekend as well. One for $79,750, and then they had an additional one go out for another re-roof at $56,700. So really productive. Business never sleeps. These guys are crushing it, getting out proposals even over the weekend, which is really cool. The number one key indicator of a client here who's going to have a good time, someone who gets out proposals and make sure that it's delivered in a timely manner. So those guys are absolutely on board with it, and they're crushing it. And so for us, our guys, they're especially on the IT side of stuff. It's not like we're looking for project work. If you're an MSP watching this, we are absolutely not saying let us just come out there one time and do one thing for you, right? Because we want recurring revenue, we want managed services, but a lot of the time to earn their trust and on a bill of goodwill, you'll go do a project for them. Absolutely, you should go do a project for a good company that you want as a client long term, because it shows them that you do good work. It kind of demonstrates your proficiencies, and then you've got a real easy foot in the door to come in and say, hey, if we were to manage these components for you, your life would look better in these ways. Sales. Yeah, 100%. So we run into that a lot, Matt, where, you get an IT company signing up and they don't want projects. I get it. We don't want them either.
Right.
But sometimes you got to do it to earn the monthly recurring. So doing a really good job out there with Red Road Networks, and they definitely subscribe to that methodology as well. So Ross, once again, absolutely crushing it, my guy. My goodness. Where are we at?
Jumping
Matt?
forward to proposals.
Podcast Light.
Yeah, current events.
Podcast Light. I love it. Current events. Oh, boy.
What happened over the weekend?
It's a rough day for Diddy.
I saw that his lawyer quit on him.
Yeah, it's the same guy who defended Osama bin Laden in previous court trials and hearings. And he said under no circumstances would he be moving forward with the counsel of Diddy.
Yeah, that tells us kind of all we need to know.
Did he? He did.
He did indeed.
He did. Sorry.
Oh, it's terrible.
Rough.
Hopefully this will kind of shed some light and change that industry a little bit, knowing that things aren't the way they were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Do you think we'll ever know what's going on? Like, it's got to be so bad. The guy who defended the person responsible for 9/11 said, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how bad is it?
It's got to be terrible. I mean, Justin Bieber is like off the deep end because of it, I guess, it looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he won't open up about it because it's probably so dark that he doesn't want to think about it.
Turn on the light, brother. Help us see.
Well, and so if we're going to go down this hole, but they would, say that they would have them film stuff to blackmail them, or if they needed to
keep them quiet.
So just knowing that that's a possibility even just makes it dark. So
it's crazy. That's crazy, and I don't know, man. Just got so swept up, and I guess whenever you're associated with Hollywood, you assume some of that stuff's going on, but it's still crazy.
Yeah,
crazy to think about. One of the biggest pop culture icons of our time is probably never going to see the light of day.
Well, looking back at it, and like I said, we're, going down different routes, but I think he's responsible for the Biggie and Tupac feud.
Oh, yeah. I think that's common knowledge now, right? From
Yeah.
the people in the industry, they know that, Sean Combs put out the hit on Tupac.
Yeah.
Isn't
then he pretty much left Biggie hanging after an award ceremony. And he was getting out of his label, so he pretty much threw him to the wolves, is what I've seen.
And then he tried to frame Suge Knight.
Yeah. Which Suge Knight doesn't look like a good guy either.
I mean, he's not, but he didn't do it, you know? So, interesting. Jeez. I've watched quite a few shows on that whole interaction. And, again, another one of those things where it's like, really? Guys, you're making music, huh? Calm down, settle down a little bit. So that was interesting. I did briefly see a headline that Kanye has called out Dave Portnoy, and he did it wearing the T-shirt.
No.
Yep. He deleted it.
It
was deleted, but it's on Barstool right now. They captured the original video. Kanye basically crashed out on Portnoy, And it's like Dave Portnoy, dude. He's like Ronald McDonald. You know what I mean? He's just the dude who talks for the company, and he tastes pizza. Why?
Oh, okay.
You know, Dave Portnoy, he's
yeah.
nobody. What's Kanye got beef with Portnoy for? Relax, huh? Relax. Everybody needs to settle down, I think.
Yeah, well, that dude, talk about crashing out. That dude's has his hand on the handbrake this whole time.
Dude, he went from a sick gospel album, and he built that church out in L.A.
Yeah.
And we played some of those songs at our wedding.
Well,
those gospel tracks. And
that was a good album. I'm not gonna lie. As a music, just listening to the music behind it, how it was written. I don't know how many writers were on that album, but it was a really good album.
I agree. So yeah, that was I did see that. It's like, oh, my boy Portnoy, dude, I've got your back. I've got your back, man. Kanye, he won't get you. Well, just hang tight, Dave. We'll be there. Okay.
Eat another slice.
That's it. One bite. Everyone knows the rules. Stick to it. Kanye's a hater on cheese pizza, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, yeah. No. All right. So wait. I'm wondering where this argument started.
I don't know. We'll need to review. A continuation from Pod Light on Friday. It is confirmed. There's a bill in the House and a bill in the Senate to push forward the stimulus checks. Yeah.
Now we don't know if that's entirely a good thing or a bad thing, but
yeah, I did see a little thing that I think one of the bills has language to where just taxpayers who owed at the end of the year are eligible. But we kind of talked about this off camera, where it's like, that's not really cool either, because I paid the government too. It's just I paid them too much, and they gave me some back. So it's not like, come on,
somebody needs to step in and
I paid my fair share.
And mention that perspective.
Why do the people who didn't pay enough, why do they get stimmies? What is that?
Yeah.
Come on.
I know what I'm doing next year.
Yeah, don't pay anything.
All right.
So anyways, we'll keep you guys posted for any updates on the stimmies. I know Aaron doesn't like it when the government prints money, but I would really like to put that down on the house. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's it. That's all the current events I saw. Did you see any?
No, that was literally it.
Yeah.
So
kind of a slow weekend. We went to the Blues game.
Yeah.
That was great. Finally saw a winner.
Were you at the game last night?
Yeah.
Okay, I was there Saturday night.
Yeah.
And I was at the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh yeah, another shootout win, and no.
That's funny. Yeah.
But Sunday followed up.
It was good. They played really well. We were losing that game for a little bit, 1-0. We ended up winning 3-1. The Blues did, but man, they looked really good. So I think the last thing that we have here is just our sales tip of the day. So it's actually a pretty easy one. I was talking to the guys. One of the guys asked me before I was coming down is, what's your opinion on voicemails? Should we leave voicemails or not? And if I'm being completely honest, when I was making calls, I wasn't a huge voicemail guy. I think the thing I was thinking about was really that I was confident in my skill. If I got someone on the phone, I was really confident that if I got them on the phone, had a good conversation, I could get them. Where if I left a voicemail with too much information,
right,
Mr. KDM might hear that and say, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I've heard enough.
And I would never know that guy has decided no, because he's just heard the voicemail and said no. Now, that doesn't happen too often, to be honest. It really doesn't, especially for calling. There's a couple of different strategies for voicemails. The first one is just leave them. You should leave voicemails. You should. But I think with a couple of caveats, they need to have a purpose. There needs to be a strong purpose and reason for that person to call you back. And if you don't have a good reason, hey, I just wanted to chit chat. Hey, I just want to go over. You should always be thinking, what's in it for them? What's in it for them if they call me back? So that should be your focal point. And then the length or the duration doesn't really matter. It can be short and vague, or it can be long and detailed, but you should not be caught in the middle where you're kind of half-assing it. So it should sound something like, hey, this is Cam. Bill, I was told you're the best guy to talk to about a commercial roofing partner here in Dallas. Give me a call. Short, sweet.
Boom.
You don't give them too much information to say no, but you're the right guy. Give me a call back. Or you can give them the full shebang. Hey, Bill, I was told you're the right guy to talk to about a sales partnership. We're looking for a commercial roofer here in Dallas that can handle, buildings 10,000 square feet or more. for re-roofs, repairs, or preventive maintenance. You guys look like a great fit, so I wanted to see if you had some time. Give me a call back, and we can kind of walk through working together. Still a very strong reason to meet, very enticing, but you haven't exactly spilled all the beans. So it's really good to leave voicemails. You totally should leave live messages, send your follow-up emails, but also I think most importantly for new people starting out, and this is why I tell anyone who's in their first, 60 days here, it is a safe place to just practice your pitch with no objections. You're basically saying the same thing.
Right.
And no one's going to talk back. No one's going to say no. So half the time I hear these new people and they're pitching. They sound good. And then at the end, instead of asking for the appointment, they're like, yeah, you can go ahead and give me a call back. And it's like, oh, dude, you weren't even pitching. You were just leaving a voicemail. That sounded so good. And so, yeah, I mean, you do that 100, 120 times a day. Boom. Before you know it, you have ironed out all the kinks in your pitch. And it's a perfect place to practice with no risk.
Sales tip.
That's it. Leave voicemails. Pod Light, baby. We're out.